Watertown Whiskey presents reality after shows coverage of the NFL Weekly Preview Show with Survivor Legend Jonny Fairplay, Survivor 47's Gabe Ortis, and producer Bobby Goodsby.
Oh, hello there, wherever you're listening, however you're viewing, over on the Reality After Show YouTube channel live or joining us after the fact on the archived episode. We love you all the same. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Gabe Ortis, Survivor 47, alongside Jonny Fairplay and producer extraordinaire Bobby Goodsby. As the NFL season slowly comes to an end, we only got a couple more weeks left of football, and then we enter the dark days of sports in between football and before baseball starts. And then we get bored of baseball, and we re-enter the dark days of sports again until we get back to the fall and all of our favorite sports come back. But we still are going to savor these last couple weeks that we have as the playoffs churn on. What a wild card weekend we got. Oh, my God. Great game. Weekend. Great game. Jonny is fresh off of a trip to Chicago. So of all of his favorite teams, you can tell who his most favorite team is right now, those Chicago Bears. So I want to talk a little bit about Wild Card Weekend because the beautiful Jessica Fairplay, everybody. Because, I mean, what a run of games we got until the very end. I mean, it opened up with that Buffalo game against Jacksonville, went down to the very last drive. Or excuse me, it opened up with the Panthers game against the Rams that went down to the very last drive. Then there was the Buffalo game against Jacksonville that went down to the very last drive. And then you had that Bears-Packers game, that NFC North matchup. That was an electrifying matchup. Oh, my God, it might have been the game of the weekend, which is really saying something given how all these games went. And then you had that Chargers versus Patriots game that was just like, oh my God, was that game terrible or what?
It was so painful to like that. That's literally the only money I put down on the weekend. And I'm just like, this is good, right? This is good, right? This is good, right? And then my lawyer Buds over here goes, well, no one's doing anything and they're up by 3. It seems to be enough. And if that final score wasn't the biggest lie in all of football in the past 10 years, I don't know what is.
I mean, hey, I just had my birthday a few days ago.
Happy birthday.
So maybe I'm getting old at 28 years old, but I fell asleep during that game on the couch. Like it was that bad. And then the following night, we had the finale of Wild Card Weekend on Monday Night Football. Houston Texans going into Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. Oh my God, what another terrible game that was. It was like at the end, it kind of popped off because the Texans just beat the Steelers into submission. But another awful, unwatchable.
Well, no, that's the one, the final score being a lie. Sorry. Yeah. Going back to the other one was that was.
I felt like this weekend was like such a great advertisement for Wild Card Weekend because I'm a huge I love Wild Card Weekend. It's one of my favorite sports weekends of the year, and it was just like the best it possibly could have been until those last 2 games, and it just came to a screeching halt. But I thought it was great. Bobby, were there any games over Wild Card Weekend that particularly stood out to you as particularly great?
I haven't told you guys, or maybe I did tell you guys this. I had a very dramatic Saturday night watching that Packers-Bears game where I literally was one player away from $30,000, and I picked the wrong Packers wide receiver. I nailed every other pick on DraftKings. I got Coker. I got Chuba Hubbard as my starting running back, thinking he would go off. Swift. I had Watson instead of Dobbs, and that was the difference between.
Oh no!
You should have gone the Super Mario helmet and not the other helmet.
Yeah.
That's what I get for trusting the Packers to not fuck me, being a Vikings fan. So it was disgusting. Would have won by myself too. But that being said,
quick question. What do you guys think about the Super Mario helmets? Do they bother you? I feel for me personally, they're distracting. If they're saving concussions or whatever they're doing other than being distracting, God bless America. But they are, for me, I literally giggle every time I see it, and then I just stare at them, and that's all I see for the next 2.5 minutes.
I think for the dudes in the trenches, I don't really notice it. If you're on either the offensive line or the defensive line, I barely. But the position players, the skill players, like Romeo Dobbs having one, is like it's all I can see when
That's all I see. It's a suit, and
it
it's
was a
literally
big
like
box
he ate
suit.
a power pellet and he's got Super Mario head.
Yeah,
I feel like it's the Packers helmets that are just so vibrant in that yellow color that it sticks out like a sore thumb. Like I agree with you. Dobbs is like the most egregious person with those helmets that I've
he's
ever
not
seen.
a big dude either. Like
No,
that's the
I
thing
know.
with like the linemen, it's like kind of whatever because it's kind of balances everything out a little bit. Like big body, big head. But with Dobbs, he's like what? Like can't be taller than like 6 feet tall, 180 pounds. So his head becomes the biggest part of his body.
It looks
he becomes a Pop Funko, like Todd from Survivor made him.
But it does. It looks like it would like hurt your neck. Like if you take like the wrong thing, like it can do more damage. I feel like in the long run. But that being said, I do want to say I really enjoyed the games this week. I nailed, I think, every single pick that I said last week when it came to the spreads. I loved Buffalo, even though I don't think I took Buffalo because of the spread. I thought the spread was a whack, but the Patriots game, we nailed that. Gabe, you and I were talking about it here on stream too. That line looked egregious to me. I was like, in what world is -3.5 enough? Like the Patriots should be favored by 7.5. That offensive line of Chargers is banged up. Oh, I won some money this week.
Yeah, I did money line on that. So can I before we look forward, if we can look back, I like to look back a little more than that, potentially 10 years. And I've been wanting to share this story with you guys for a while, but I wanted to save it until it was 1000% apropos. And I feel like this is it. I have an Aaron Rodgers story for you guys.
Ooh.
So back in the day, Donald Driver was a huge Survivor fan and ran a charity golf tournament every year and invited Tanya Vance from Survivor to come to her golf tournament. She's the cute girl from Survivor Thailand. He was like, "Hey, come."
Yeah, the social.
Anyways, what's that?
The social worker.
What's she? Yeah. So he invited Tanya Vance, and then he was just like, "Hey, I'm doing another one next year. Would you like to invite another Survivor?" And Big Tom lives, right, in between the two of us. She's like, "Hey, let me invite Big Tom." So she invites Big Tom, and Aaron Rodgers comes the next year. And so the next year after that, they do it again. Tanya comes, Big Tom comes, Aaron Rodgers comes. So anyway, Aaron Rodgers and Big Tom, they become fast friends. Aaron Rodgers is in Big Tom's phone. His flip phone still has a flip phone to this day. He's in Big Tom's flip phone. And so I don't remember which Super Bowl it was, but it was one of Aaron Rodgers' last Super Bowls that he won. 4 hours prior to game time, Big Tom calls Aaron Rodgers on his cell phone and goes, "Ern, hi, it's Big Tom." And he picks up.
Wow.
Aaron Rodgers picks up 4 hours before the Super Bowl, picks up. You're like, "Hi, man. I know you got shit to do. Hear me out. I just put $50 on the Packers. And I just want to make sure it's good. Like, you ain't sick. You ain't got the flu or nothing. You ain't stubbed a toe." And Aaron Rodgers goes, "Your $50 is good, Big Tom." He goes, "You're sure?" He goes, "Yes, I'm sure." He's like, "All right, well, good luck."
Oh, my God.
Can you imagine?
I mean, how does he even have his phone near him the day of the Super Bowl? And now we might have seen his final game.
But I mean, the gall to call about a $50 bet.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, "Yeah, it's good, Big Tom. Are you just double checking?"
I mean, honestly, he'd probably rather get that call than someone being like, "Hey, I've got 50 grand on you tonight. Don't fuck up."
Yeah, well, no, I got 2 million.
Yeah, right.
Can you not win?
Yeah, also that, yeah.
So, yeah, Big Tom wanted to confirm his $50 bet, and
it was safe, yeah.
You're safe.
I wonder, did he ever talk to Aaron Rodgers again after that?
Yeah. Yeah, he thanked him. He's like, I got my money.
God bless Big Tom.
That is the most insane thing I've in the history of sports. I think that is the most insane story I've ever heard in my entire life.
So we've got 7 games left in this NFL season. Looking at the 4 that are slated for this weekend, divisional round kicks off with the Buffalo Bills heading to Mile High Stadium to take on Sean Payton, Bo Nix, and the Denver Broncos. 4:30 p.m. kickoff on Saturday. Currently sitting at 1.5 points in favor of the Denver Broncos. This is a game where I think a lot of money is going to be on the Buffalo Bills. I think that the sharp pick, I think, is going to be the Denver Broncos for sure. I just wonder what we learned from that Jacksonville game, because I think that Trevor Lawrence is one of the most talented guys in the league. I think he has a fantastic arm. I think he has a great head of hair. He's a loser. Trevor Lawrence.
Okay. I was about there had to be an apostrophe.
Yeah. He cannot win games. He cannot win that division. I think he's won it twice while he's been in the NFL. He cannot win playoff games. The only playoff game he's won was against the only guy that's a bigger loser than him, and it was Justin Herbert. Both of those guys, I think, are top 6 talents in the league every single year, and they cannot win games. They cannot win games. They are great talents. They are not winners. So I don't know how much stock I'm putting into this Buffalo Bills victory going up against Trevor Lawrence and the Jags. I also think Denver is a remarkably more difficult place to go play as an away team, particularly in the playoffs, than Jacksonville is. So I think that a lot of money is going to be pouring in on the Buffalo Bills. And I think I lean Broncos for this game. Bobby, how do you feel?
I couldn't be more opposite of you. I thought, and I said this last week too, I thought it was kind of a travesty that the Jags and the Bills played each other in the first round, because I honestly think those are the 2 top teams in the AFC. And I would have rather that been the AFC Championship game, and we got a really good game out of it. Now, I agree with you. Trevor Lawrence hasn't won the big one, but he also went up against the Buffalo Bills, who are probably the most, ready for the playoffs and not such a young team compared to a Denver Broncos, a Patriots team that have those young quarterbacks and young offenses. Now, I lean towards, I think this is Buffalo's year. I think this is a year that they finally get into the Super Bowl. Not sure if they're going to win it, because I think the NFC is very strong compared to the AFC. I think the Bills go into Mile High. I've got them. I did a parlay. I took them to win straight up against Denver, parlayed with Rams, Bears under 51.5 points, and parlayed with Texans +3. So I'm really high on the Bills.
Interesting. Johnny, how do you feel about this one? 1.5 points.
Here's the deal. I was unaware of this until the game on Saturday. Josh Allen has never won on the road in the playoffs. And
he was 0-6 before that, I think.
Yeah.
Did you know that going into that?
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that, because you just see him as this leader and this kind of a playoff stud, but I guess all those wins were at home.
Yeah. So
they usually are winning their division, right?
Yeah.
And then they're usually heading to Kansas City to play.
Yeah. And
they play their first 2 rounds of their first wild card game.
Yeah. And then they lose there.
And then they lose to Kansas City every year.
Yeah. So I love Josh Allen getting his sea legs under him, getting that win at Jacksonville, which I projected and predicted and was 1,000% correct. It was beyond fool's gold with the stupid Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm glad I predicted them to win the next 8 Super Bowls so they would lose last week. Oh, so over it. I had Bo Nix in a ton of like I was in 6 fantasy football leagues. I think he's my starting quarterback in at least 3 of them. They found a way. I mean, as a result of your starting quarterback being in your fantasy football, you're watching these games. They were like the Pittsburgh Steelers, but like more so than not winning that on that last fluky play, and like the Philadelphia Eagles winning it more so on than not on that last play. I've been rooting for the Broncos all year. I'm continuing. I will not be unhappy with the Broncos win because I feel like they're a fun team to root for. But gosh darn it, I would love, and I think we're going to see Josh Allen just be Josh Allen and lead that team to at least one more win. So I don't know if it's one more after that, but I feel like he's got one more.
I feel like if they get past Denver, I feel like they're surefire to get into the Super Bowl. Like, I would take them by a mile over either the Patriots or the Texans. Now, no matter what, they're going to have to go 3-0 on the road, and it's going to be tough.
That's crazy.
But with Josh Allen at the quarterback helm, you've got Bo Nix, who, in my opinion, Bo Nix is just pretty average. Like, he's not anything amazing. He's very much so a game manager, but he gets the job done. I mean, look at what happened this season.
Yeah.
But I would put more recognition on that defense more than I would Bo Nix in the offense. And then you got the Patriots, who I feel like we kind of got a glimpse of it this last week where they struggled, offensively against the Chargers to a certain point. And the Chargers just couldn't get anything done against that Patriots defense on the East Coast in that weather. But I think that Drake May is like a year or two away from really being able to get to that next level. And as for the Texans offensively are a mess, but defensively, I think they're the best defense in all of football. I think that if Josh Allen can just be Superman for 3 more weeks, like, I just don't see any of these other quarterback situations being in a better spot to get to the Super Bowl or be ready for that kind of pressure.
All right, Gabe, before you replay real quick, can I just go broad strokes for everyone? And Gabe, please start with you. Broad strokes. This year, we've said week after week after week, this is not our normal year of the NFL at all. It's all different.
Yeah.
Is this the year of the young buck? Like, is this the year broad stroke wide? Are we looking at a Drake May in the Super Bowl? Or are we look like there's one guy that's kind of been there, done that, Josh Allen? It's just like, well, there's only one guy that's been there, done that. He's there. There's on the other side, like Sam Darnold is the closest to been there. Like what are we looking at broad stroke? Or is this the dawn of a new era? And it all be like it started at the beginning of this year with insanity, and it ends at the end of this year with insanity. Where we have a rookie Bears quarterback versus a rookie New England quarterback. What are we looking at broad stroke wise? But like just broad stroke wise, where do you see this ending up?
I think that this is the year where a lot of guys get told you're going to have a lot of great seasons, but not this one. I think Drake May gets told that before he makes it to the Super Bowl. I think Caleb Williams gets told that before he makes it to the Super Bowl. I think there's a lot of young dudes who are going to come onto the scene, and it's going to be that, when they meet in the middle after the game, hey, man, you got a bright future in this league, just not today. That's how I think this season ends for a lot of these teams that burst onto the scene. I think that we are going to see either the 49ers or the Rams representing the NFC. And I think we are going to see either the Houston Texans or the Buffalo Bills representing the AFC. I think it's going to be teams that we've grown used to over the past few years that are going to be in the Super Bowl.
Okay. I think I'm okay with that because like if we look back at this year as like, remember that year when these 4 guys were almost there, and the next 9 years, these are the guys we see in the mix in the Super Bowl every fucking time? I think we're all cool with that.
No, I agree. No, I totally agree with that. So I look at this Bills game coming up. Here's what I think the biggest difference that the Bills are going to have to face between what happened in Jacksonville and what's going to happen in Denver. Everybody on this Denver team gets sacks. Everybody on the defense does. Yeah. They have 3 guys who have 7 or 8 sacks, and then their sack leader, Nick Bonito, has 14 sacks on the season. The sack leader on Jacksonville, I think, was Josh Hines Allen, who had like 7 sacks this year, 8 sacks maybe, but like they have 3 dudes on this defense that have hit that mark. So I think that, you know, something that Bobby was saying was like, Josh Allen is going to have to be Superman one more time. He was Superman in Jacksonville, and they barely got out of there.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, their best pass rusher was Josh Hines Allen with 8 sacks. They have 4 Josh Hines Allens on this Denver team. So it was like, we're going to sell out to stop one dude from hitting Josh Allen, and we should probably be okay. Every single one of those dudes on Denver's D-line is going to have one-on-one matchups. Like, okay, they're going to double Nick Bonito, and then you have 3 dudes who have 7, 8, 9 sacks who are going to be rushing Josh Allen on one-on-one situations against the Bills O-line, which is played okay this year. I think that it's going to be too much to handle away from home. I think Josh Allen is going to be under pressure the entire game.
I do think that's true, regardless, win or lose.
Yeah, and so that leads to my next point, which is the Bills winning this game. People are going to look back at this and be like, oh my God, this was one of the best single playoff game performances by a quarterback that we've ever seen, which I don't think is outside the realm of possibility. I think that is on the table, but I don't see this being like a complete win for the Bills, that all phases played well and all phases won the game. They won. Like, it's going to be Josh Allen is going to have maybe his best game of all time to win. He's just going to be getting pass rushed the entire game by dudes who have been hitting the quarterback all year long. And then you add in a secondary led by Patrick Surtain II, who is arguably the best in his position in the league. Like, this is going to be a defenses wins championship kind of game for Denver. Yeah. And again, back to one of Bobby's points, Bo Nix doesn't have to be more than a game manager to win this game. I think they're going to have extra possessions because of turnovers this game. If Bo Nix can keep the ball off the ground and out of defenders' hands, I think they win this game, and I think it could be more comfortable than people think. I think Josh Allen's going to be in hell. He was in hell in Jacksonville.
He was in hell in Jacksonville.
He went into the blue pen twice.
But at the same time, didn't that make you want to watch him win more? Just like, oh my God, he survived this.
Sure, I agree, but that runs out. Nobody does that to a Super Bowl.
I mean, oh my God, I feel like we have seen that story. Steve McNair.
Steve McNair with the Titans.
Yeah, he did that to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's fair. And I would say those two players are quite similar between McNair and Allen.
Yeah. I just feel like, when is there going to be another year where he's going to have a playoff run without Mahomes, without Lamar Jackson?
Yeah, no. This is it.
Yeah, but this is it.
I don't think the stars align. As I said, I think it's fun. Like, I'm all about the new breed, not the new era, but the young bucks. I am a supporter of the Young Bucks, and I love those stories. It's so, because I'm tired of the same, like Traders season 4 is just like, oh my God, this sucks because there's no gamers in the turret. I'm like, great. I saw that for 3 seasons. I want to see something else. Yeah. I've watched the NFL for the last, I've watched it for my entire life, but let's just say the last 10 years, we know the starting cast. Yeah. We know the players that are always there. Been there, fucking done that. However, I'm like, I wouldn't mind a Josh Allen before it's all said and done, because I do think we're going to have the Calebs coming up. I do think we're going to have the Sam Darnolds. I do think we're going to have the Drake Mays. I think those are like, literally, if we do this podcast for 10 more years, in 10 years, it'd be like, oh my God, enough of the Drake May. Oh my God, can him and Caleb just step away one Super Bowl so we can talk about someone else? So no, I do think that's going to be the story. And I am ready to turn the page, but I'm just like, is Josh Allen that one guy that I'm like, I'm cool? Because Matt Stafford, I'm not cool with. Like been there, done that. We're done. Yeah. I'm okay. I'm over. Like I'm wearing the Bears shirt. We'll get to that prediction, but I would not. I will allow, and I feel like I would love that last Josh Allen chapter.
Looking at the night game for Saturday, one of the quarterbacks you mentioned is going to be playing in this one. The San Francisco 49ers will be heading to Seattle for their first game. The 1 seed Seattle, led by former Ravens defensive coordinator, now head coach for the Seattle Seahawks, Mike Macdonald. This game is the craziest spread of maybe the entire playoff so far. One of the craziest spreads of the year. 7 points in favor of the Seattle Seahawks. I am shocked by this line. And I understand that Kittle's out. Tore his Achilles in that first playoff game. He's done. But 7 points with Sam Darnold as the quarterback. Like, are we going to fall for this again?
Look at his last 3 weeks of fantasy football points. If you can total him up to 18.
Are we going to fall for this again? He's doing it again. Let's be very clear. And Bobby knows better than anybody. What happened last season is happening again. And they're giving the San Francisco 49ers a full touchdown, one of the most complete teams in the NFL. And I would say that even without George Kittle on the field, they are still one of the most complete teams in the NFL. And Brock Purdy is playing the best football maybe of his career to end this season and go into the playoffs. I am stunned by this line. Johnny, are you with me on this?
Well, I am wearing the 74 Fairplay jersey. I don't love the line. I am. If I were a betting man, and I am a betting man, I'm taking San Francisco in the points. I'm taking San Francisco in the points all day long, and would not be shocked if they just flat out won.
Yeah, I mean, just like if this game finishes, 24-27 in favor of the 49ers or in favor of the Seahawks, nobody is going to look at that and be surprised. Like, not a single person on earth will be surprised by that. But they're giving them a full touchdown. I will be shocked if Seattle wins this game by 7 points or more.
I honestly, guys, I kind of think the line's fair. And I think that the San Francisco team, while they've had good moments, I do think losing George Kittle is a lot. I think that
they ain't got another tight end. They're not having a contest in San Francisco to be the next tight end for San Francisco.
The backup tight end have played well this season. The thing is, I just think that the Seattle defense, especially at home, I think 7.5 is fair. I think the line is insane. I think if you had told me the line was 6, I'd be like, I get it. No Kittle, we're good. 7.5 is crazy. So I love taking 7.5 in the points. If real life were a thing and the line is 6, I like Seattle.
And I look at this 49ers team. They have weapons everywhere. DeMarcus Robinson, who's a fine wide
receiver. Christian McCaffrey.
But like DeMarcus Robinson was the star pass catcher of their game against Philly.
Christian McCaffrey is the star everything of this team.
And he still goes and gets his 2 touchdowns that he gets every game, McCaffrey.
Yes. Yeah, and it's rushing or catching or both every semblance of the way.
I think that they have more firepower than the 49ers do. I think that the Seattle Seahawks have a suicide bomber at quarterback. I can't unsee what I saw last season with Sam Darnold. Yeah. I cannot unsee that. And if he goes out and he eats 10 sacks this game and turns the ball over, it's going to be a slaughter on behalf of the 49ers. I personally, if I bet against Sam Darnold blowing up the bomb on his chest and, losing the game, and I lose that bet, I am sleeping totally fine that night having lost that bet. But if I bet on Sam Darnold and he shits down his leg, I'm going to be up all night wondering what the fuck was I thinking? Why did I do that?
Yeah, but Bobby of all people, like Bobby, okay, you've seen Sam Darnold in the same spot in the playoffs and a defense that could dial it in on a quarterback.
Oh, trust me, Sam Darnold in the playoffs is a different beast.
Yes,
But
and a defense okay. The Houston Texans have the best defense in all of football. I think we can all agree on that. 100%.
Yeah.
Let's throw a vote. We're all in. Yes, they second best, probably Seattle.
I'd say
You don't think Seattle can dial up a defense against Brock Purdy?
Brock's been playing well, though. Brock Purdy's been playing, especially in December.
I know, but I feel like Brock Purdy's hot, but like the answer might be this might be the defensive playoffs, and I don't hate it as a fan of, because if you're watching with your friend that doesn't is casually watching sports ball, this is the most exciting thing in the world. But if you're watching with someone that, like if you're watching with someone like us and we're watching these defensive matches that are like we're literally watching chess being played, but like to the most brilliant, violent version of the game chess, this is pretty fucking cool to watch.
Oh, I totally agree with that. And I think it's why so many of these games are so highly anticipated for this weekend. Because like the headlines of the week are Seattle's defense, Houston's defense, and the Broncos defense.
So what is San Francisco's defense going into Sam Darnold? Right? Like it's not the same as Detroit last year.
Sure. But I think the story there is, who is Sam Darnold going to be in this game?
I think Sam Darnold's okay as long as he's not like let's just say let's say Seattle wins and the Bears. I feel like the Bears are eating fucking Sam Darnold apart.
I think that Sam Darnold comes in with the biggest like pressure on his shoulders over any quarterback that's left in the playoffs outside maybe Josh Allen. And that being said is because you look at what he did last year with the Vikings and then immediately getting bounced in the first round. You can't just go 14-3 back-to-back seasons on two different teams and go out in the first round again. Like all the pressure is on this game. And I feel like if he can get through this game, he can just kind of take that load off, because going 14-3 back-to-back seasons, two different teams, amazing accomplishment. But now you have to do something when it matters.
If he wins this game, and even if they lose in the championship game, even if he doesn't play well in the championship game, he probably made himself about $150 million just by winning this game, right? Yeah. And now it's the same narrative.
Jonny Fairplay looks like if Owen Hilson hit rock bottom.
He should have been invited to the roast of Matt Bischoff.
Me Barra 8183. So you named your mom's asshole rock bottom?
So this was the same story going into last season, right? It was like he led this great regular season. You go win this one playoff game, you're probably cashing out about $150 million contract going in it. He's found himself in the same exact position. And I have one season of evidence to inform what this next position is going to, what this next iteration is going to be. And it was a disaster last time. Yeah. And I think he's going up against maybe a better team than he did last year. So we shall see. I am betting a lot of money on the 49ers going into
this. What do you mean by a lot of money, Gabe? $50?
Oh, no, I'm betting more than Big Tom does.
Wow. Hey, Darnold, what are you thinking?
You going to shit down your leg again?
Yeah. I wish Big Tom had Sam Darnold's phone number. I would love to lock this in a little bit.
Then we could just secure the bet now.
If we can secure the bet. Hey, Sam Darnold, you're not going to shit yourself again, are you?
To the Sunday games at 3 p.m., an early kickoff. It's going to be the Houston Texans heading to Foxborough Gillette Stadium to take on Mike Vrabel, Drake May, and the Patriots. 3 points in favor of the New England Patriots. Bobby, how do you feel about this one?
This one is very interesting to me. And I kind of showed you guys my hand earlier. I really like the Texans, and I know that they're going to be on the road. I know that it's, an East Coast in that weather type of game, but this defense against a young Drake May, who struggled at times last week against not the greatest Chargers defense we've ever seen. I think that the pressure is going to be a lot. It's really comes down to me what happens with CJ Stroud, because the Patriots defense is pretty decent as well, but Stroud has been struggling, and we saw in this playoff game
last week.
He was not the same player we've seen in the past. I mean, really hasn't been since his rookie year, to be honest with you guys.
Yeah. But he has been a capable quarterback, and he looked like Caleb at the beginning of the season for the Bears in the fucking playoffs.
I just think that the magic doesn't run out yet.
Became a man, and fucking CJ Stroud became a kid.
Yeah. I just think the magic doesn't run out yet because of the fact of how strong this defense is. Like, this is one of the best defense we've seen in years. I think that this defense is able to get to Drake May. I think Drake May shows signs of only being a second-year quarterback. And I think that CJ Stroud just does enough to get them to the next round. I think that the line, I'll take the +3 points all day.
Johnny?
I like New England because I think CJ Stroud showed me that he's not the like Caleb Williams at the end of that Bears game. The stoicism that he showed was the look of a leader and a stud. And this is the same guy that's fucking cried on the sidelines on a fucking loss. And hey, I get that part too. I don't take losses well either. So I lead by when I am happy, when I am proud, and when I'm a winner, you know I'm a winner. And if you're with me, I show you that. And if I'm losing and like I do fall apart, but that's because it means that much to me. And I think I like that in my quarterback and as my leader of my team. And CJ Stroud was just like, I don't know.
I feel like he's been like that his whole career too.
Yeah, and that's not the guy. And I don't think that's the guy that went like your defense might win you a Super Bowl, but you didn't win a Super Bowl. And I think to win a Super Bowl, there's this much more to do that. And I think CJ Stroud is missing that. I don't know if Drake May has that, but I feel like so far, he showed more than fucking CJ Stroud showed on fucking Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with that assessment of Stroud. I don't think that you see a lot of just like outward energy from him. And football is such an energy-based sport.
Is he high when he's playing?
Energy that say it again.
If he's high when he's playing, it's like, oh, he's just high. Don't worry.
He's just big. Yeah,
I didn't know he was high. Never mind.
And it's like if you talk about who the leader of that team is, like I don't think anyone would say it's CJ Stroud. Like it's DeMeco Ryans. It's the head coach. He's the heart and soul of that team. He has defined the identity of that team, and he's great. And he's probably my favorite head coach left. I think Shanahan is the best coach left. I think DeMeco Ryans is the easiest to root for. And I think that this Texans team is embodied by him. And I think it's getting more and more rare that is the case in the NFL. I think that was more, common back in the day, but nowadays these quarterbacks are really
is going to make your team win.
Yeah, right. And like, I mean, we see two guys in John Harbaugh and Mike Tomlin, be on the market now, but those are two guys who I think were really carrying the torch of the head coach, setting the identity and the philosophy of the team, at least on a public stage. That belongs to the quarterback now. And the Texans are a bit of a throwback this year in that DeMeco Ryans is the guy. CJ Stroud is kind of just keeping them afloat. And you look at this defense, like if they win this game, it's not going to be because of Stroud. It's going to be because Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson Jr. beat the fuck out of Drake May over 4 quarters and put him on the ground and force him to turn the ball over. That's their path to victory here. And I think that when you look at the Patriots, they are totally built on their ability to hit home runs, right? Deep balls to Stephon Diggs and Travion Henderson ripping off these like 60-yard touchdowns. That's what their entire season has been built on, just hitting home run after home run against really bad teams throughout the entire season.
And Stephon Diggs not going to jail.
And Stephon Diggs staying out of prison. And I think that what we're going to see this week is going to be the most difficult game they've had to play. They're going to be playing a good team that is playing well at the time that they're facing them. It'll probably be the best defense they've had to play all season.
Yeah.
I just think it's going to be very uncharted territory for Drake May. And I think it's going to be uncharted territory for Mike Vrabel. I know that he's been in the playoffs before. He's been to an AFC championship game before. But I don't think he's been there with a quarterback that has never been there, right? It was Ryan Tannehill when he made that run the first time, Mike Vrabel. Now he's going to have to do it with a young guy who has gone through most of this season without a lot of adversity. And this is going to be an adversity-laden game. He's going to get hit. He's probably going to turn the ball over. He's going to be uncomfortable for large chunks of this game. I don't think that we've seen him deal with that yet. And I think that this is a really tough spot to have to figure those things out on the fly. I like the Texans with the points.
Is that game Saturday or Sunday?
That's the first Sunday game at 3 p.m.
First Sunday, yeah.
Okay, so it's 37 degrees and 70% chance of rain, which I think throws everything into Loopsy land for both fucking teams.
I agree. But I think it helps the team with the better defense. I think that's who that helps.
I think so too.
Yeah. Gosh darn it. I you know what? But at this point, I love change. I love turning the page. So yes, we've seen this is not the New England Patriots we saw before. So I'm cool with that win. And I love a game of chess. And once again a change. I love the Texans. I'm probably not betting on this game.
Yeah, this is the hardest one, I think, of the weekend. I think
it feels a little sloppy.
Yeah. All right. Here we go.
At the last game of the week, it's going to be the Los Angeles Rams, and this is a worthy last game to end the divisional round.
Yes.
The Rams heading to Soldier Field to take on Caleb Williams, Ben Johnson, and their Chicago Bears. Currently 3.5 points in favor of the visiting Los Angeles Rams,
led
by Super Bowl champion and potential MVP Matt Stafford, Puka Nacua, Sean McVay. Bobby, how do you feel about this one?
Yeah, I mean, this is where I feel like the Bears magic carpet ride kind of comes to an end. It feels like, yes, they'll be at home. They had a great emotional win last week, but how many times have we seen the emotional hangover reach a team? Like, look at the Minnesota Vikings after the Minneapolis Miracle, where they just laid an egg in Philly after that miracle comeback. So I think that for me, I think I'm going to trust McVay. I'm going to trust the experience of Matt Stafford. And this is a great season for the Bears. Like, the Bears fans couldn't have asked for more.
Yeah, they can. They want 2 more games.
I think that this is where the magic carpet ride ends. I think the Rams are a far superior team all the way around. And I think that this Bears team looks really good on paper going forward. They're in good hands. Caleb Williams had one of the best 4th down throws with the game on the line I think I've ever seen in the playoffs. Just absolutely incredible throw last week. I think that it's been a lot of fun. It's been interesting to see, but I think it's the Rams' year to get to the Super Bowl.
Johnny, does that T-shirt make it another week?
Cocaine Bears are coming through, brother. They're not losing. I don't know if you've looked at the weather forecast. High of 17, probable 10 degrees with wind chill of negative. Oh my God. Let's fucking go, Bears. I been there, done that with the Rams. I love them. Love Matt Stafford. Puka is fun. This is all great. This is all been there, done that. If I'm gonna turn, we turn the page on the Kansas City Chiefs, I want to turn the page on the Los Angeles Rams. I'm done. Let's go. Let's go Bears. I want Bears versus Seahawks or Bears versus San Francisco, and we'll see where my heart lies next week. But I want the Bears to win one more, and I think this home field is fucking huge.
I'm very big on the Rams this week, but I will say this, and this comes courtesy of good friend Sam Phelan. When the temperature is 40 degrees or lower, Matthew Stafford has a record of 1-9. In games where there's rain or snow, Stafford has a record of 1-9. The coldest game Stafford played this season was 45 degrees with a light drizzle in Charlotte. He threw 2 interceptions, including a pick 6, and fumbled in a loss to the Panthers.
That was the
Dome teams in the last decade are 1-15 in the playoffs when playing under 40 degrees on the road. As Johnny said, the forecast calls for 17 degrees at kickoff Sunday night with a light drizzle. So that obviously does not bode well for Sean McVay and Matthew Stafford. I just think that the emotional hangover of what happened last week for the Bears is going to be immense.
Yeah.
And I think that Caleb Williams is a very emotional player. I think he is a guy.
But he stoically took that win.
Yes.
You saw that.
Yes.
Whether that was really happening internally, I literally saw a fucking stud at the end of that game. And I'm just like, if I want a young fucking quarterback as leader of my team, that's the fucking guy I want.
They're going up against a team that has been there in every capacity. And that's why I think this stops. That they are a team who has an MVP quarterback, who has won a Super Bowl before, who has been in the dumps, who has reached the promised land. They have arguably the best wide receiver in the league this season in Puka Nacua. They have a defense that has been able to hit the quarterback and force turnovers. Matthew Stafford has not been mistake prone. It's another one of those situations where if I bet on the Rams and I lose, I'm not losing a wink of sleep. But if I bet on the Bears and the Rams come out and just run them over, I'm thinking, what was I thinking? Why did I bet on the Bears?
I'm prepared for what was I thinking. I'm going heart over head.
Also, I will say this, it's for entertainment purposes only, but the 51.5 being the over-under for points, give me the under all day with that weather. Like, I could see this easily being like a 17-14 game.
Where are you seeing 51?
On the site I used.
Oh, DraftKings has it at 48, which I think is a little more fair.
Yeah, 48 would be more fair, but 51.5, I was like, I'm taking that all day. Give me that.
Yeah. So, well, before we get to what we guess our final matchups are, I feel like we need to take a swig for the working man, as Stone Cold would say.
Yes, and I think that I know the exact right thing to take for that.
Watertown Whiskey, guess what? Philadelphia Eagles back-to-back. Here we go, Super Bowl champions. You see, Daniels, it is the Commanders' year. Woo! Super Bowl bound to Watertown Whiskey. It's back-to-back. The Chiefs are going back, and they're winning this time. Watertown Whiskey. Y'all boys heading on down to 8 Mile. Lions got this. Watertown Whiskey. It's the AFC's year, but it's the Chargers. There's only one thing I got to say. Watertown Whiskey. Jets. Jets. Shut on. Hartford Whalers. We're going to the Super Bowl. They're close to Watertown, right? There's one thing we can all agree on. Watertown Whiskey. Escape the ordinary. WatertownWhiskey.com. Drink responsibly.
Watertown Whiskey, WatertownWhiskey.com to go get your hands on the best whiskey in the land. Whiskey made with natural flavors. Please drink responsibly, especially on divisional round weekend. Johnny is looking towards next season for his team that he hopes not only wins the Super Bowl, but wins the John Harbaugh sweepstakes, which it looks like they're in pretty good position to do. So
I thought this was my Patriots Super Bowl jersey.
Close, not quite. Not quite.
Yes.
Before we get out of here, Bobby, let's do my favorite part of every show. We're going to talk about what the most expensive and least expensive ticket is, and this is going to be tough because all the tickets are
down to it. They're all pricey, and we're down to only 4 games. So I mean, this might be the last week we're able to do it because next week it's only going to be 2.
Yeah.
Well, we can do it next week. Which one's the most?
Which one's more and which one's least?
Yeah, I mean, we have been known to guess incorrectly by a lot.
So I will say this week, the lowest ticket price was 260. I'm not going to say which teams.
Yeah.
The lowest ticket price is 260, the highest being 507.
Wow.
So what are your guys' thoughts on who the most expensive ticket is?
I'm going to say the Sunday night game, Rams at
Chicago
Chicago.
Bears.
Okay. All right. And Johnny?
I think it's an LA team that's been marketed as the best team in the NFL, going up against the most passionate fan base left in the league that has been the most deprived of the playoffs.
Yeah,
right.
Chicago Bears. So my friends that I stayed with at in Chicago for the Traders Party, they have season tickets, they have playoff tickets, they've already bought Super Bowl tickets.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So, well, for the record, they were gifted the Super Bowl tickets from his father before the season. And it's just like, hey, this is going to be the year, right? And they say this every year. And he's just like, fair play. Can you? I'm like, I cannot believe it. He's like, no. Can you believe it? Like, no, I can't believe it. Like, I do an NFL podcast. I listen to your NFL podcast. This is crazy. You called us fool's gold for most of the year. So, yeah. So, no, I'm going to Chicago Bears, the most expensive ticket.
All right. And now least expensive ticket. What are you guys thinking?
This is actually a tough one because all these games are pretty good and they're all in good markets too.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 49ers at Seahawks is the least expensive ticket of the weekend. I think George Kittle being hurt takes a big star out of the equation. And I also, but I don't know because that's a good travel game. So, 49ers fans are going to be travelable. Maybe not.
I'm going New England.
Yeah, that's probably right. But I'll stick with my guess of Seattle.
All right, so least expensive at $260 being the lowest ticket is indeed Jonny Fairplay, correct? Houston at New England, $260, and then
see Houston, dude. Sorry.
The most expensive ticket, which you guys were pretty off on, San Francisco at Seattle.
Yeah, well, I didn't think about how close those two teams were,
and it's a rivalry.
Yeah, well, so all that makes perfect sense.
In a rivalry, and those people had a week to save money to buy tickets.
Also true, yeah.
So you can jack it up. It's your only chance.
Yeah, all that's true. All right, Johnny, let the people know what else we're going to be doing on the channel tonight.
Who, me?
Yeah, you. I said, Johnny. You're the one on the channel tonight.
That's usually a throw to Bobby question. Wow. I don't know. We're doing some stuff. It's gonna be fun. So we have a Traders podcast. It's me, Bobby, and Ty from Destination X, and special guests throughout the season. No spoilers, but I guess I should throw out just a couple. I guess Rob C is going to join us for a podcast.
That's really?
Yeah.
So Rob C is going to join us, and I don't know. I feel weird saying my new best friend Michael Rappaport is going to be joining us for the podcast.
All right.
That's okay.
What about tonight? We're doing something tonight, right?
Yeah. So we are leaving this in seconds. Hopefully, well, it could be minutes, but I'm guessing seconds. And we're going over to the Patreon. Go to realitypatron.com. That's realitypatron.com. And we're talking Survivor 50 and Trader Season 4. And I guess we're playing a drinking game. And it's me, Bobby, who I like to call Bob Dog when we're drinking. Me, Bob Dog, and Gabe Ortis, my favorite birthday boy ever. We are 2 nights two nights away.
Nice.
Yeah,
yes.
2 nights past. It's still your birthday. I actually left early from my daughter's 18th birthday party because I was like, I have something much more important to do. It's Gabe Ortis's 2 days past birthday.
Hell
Yeah, she understood.
Gabe, next time just send it to me to plug things. Cause
all right. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
so we're going in circles.
Yeah, so we're doing some fun stuff. Go to realitypatron.com. Join now. Any level gets you in. Go to realitypatron.com. And then we got Beast Games. We had Jesse from Survivor join us on the last one. Sue is still in this thing. I watched half the first episode today. I loved it. I am all in on Beast Games. I am following up. I'm just catching up. Like I traveled. I got I got life. I got an 18-year-old's birthday. I did not leave early. Spoiler. So no, I'm catching up. Beast Games is awesome. We're talking Survivor. Gabe's big move has like a couple of these before season 50 starts, allegedly. Who's to say? And so Matt Bischoff's joining us. We're drinking. It's going to be fun. There's so much cool stuff. Sign up now. Subscribe. Tell your friend. Tell your neighbor. Tell your ugly ass cousin. And get them in here. And let's do this. Gabe?
Bobby, get us out of here.
All right, guys. We'll be back in a few minutes. Join the Patreon so you can join us for our Survivor Traders drinking game with Matt Bischoff joining us as well. So very much looking forward to that. And we will see you guys next week for the AFC NFC Championship game breakdown. Bye, guys.